Good morning, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Mindful Movement. I'm your host for today, Tawana Wright, and today's exercise program is with Jerri Haslem. Jerri has been teaching classes for more than 25 years. Jerri, how you doing today?
How are you? Good morning. I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing great, doing great. Folks, we want to remind you that AARP empowers people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those 50 plus and their families. Folks, we're delighted that AARP has been able to perform these online classes for almost 3 years now. And we're glad that you're sticking with us. Jerri, what do you have for these folks today?
Today, I don't want you to think, wow, she's sitting down. We're going to be in the chair, but guess what? We're going to move, and you're going to get probably a little bit of, maybe a little sweat in. So we're in the chair, but we're moving.
Sounds good to me. Folks, remember that before you begin any exercise routine, you should check in with your physician to make sure it's right to take part in it. All right, Jerri, let's get us started.
Let's do it. Good morning, everyone. I want you, if you're having anything around your chair, to make sure you have it clear so we can move. We're going to be moving from the chair, but guess what? We're still going to be moving. Sometimes people think, oh, we're in the chair, it's not going to be aggressive. But guess what? The chair, we can move just as much as if we're standing up. So make sure you've got that chair clear of anything. If you have rollers on your chair, secure it so we can get started. Fair enough? With that, I want you to take your chair and just scoot toward the middle or the edge of your chair. So I'm going to come up in my chair. I've got my feet flat on the floor. I'm going to sit up nice and tall, relax my shoulders, zip up my abs. And right here, I'm simply going to take my arms and roll them all the way up above my head, turn and press it all the way down. Relax those shoulders. Let's do that 2 more times. Come on. Take those arms all the way up, reach up, 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 up. Turn those hands out. Palms come all the way down. You can feel that. It's so refreshing. Give me one more time. Reach all the way up. Reaching for the ceiling. Turn those hands out and bring them all the way down. Now take those shoulders up and back. Come on, just roll up and back. Give me 2 more. This should feel really good. Now take the shoulders and reverse it, bring it up and forward. Oh my goodness. When you do that, just getting rid of all the tension, all the stress. I want 1 more. Good job. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you have weights, great. If you don't, it's fine. I'm going to ask you, if you want to grab your weights, I have mine sitting right here by my chair because we will use them as well. So you can go ahead and get those if you don't have them already, okay? And if you don't have them, guess what? Don't worry about it. It's fine, okay? We're going to start with one leg, and what we're going to do, we're simply going to take that leg and bring it up out the chair. And what I want you to do is think about raising that leg up, putting the feet up off the floor when you do that, okay? So we're raising up, and we're just coming up, alternating legs, knees, bringing it up. Working on that lower ab, inhaling, zipping up the abs, but not holding your breath. I want 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, okay? Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to take the leg up and just extend it out and bring it back down. So the move is lifting the leg. Think about your hip flexor that's doing it. So I just don't want you slinging the leg out there. None of that. We're going to be intentional, okay? So right here, let's go. Up, extend, and bringing it down. And when you do this, I want you to keep your back up. I don't want you to lean back. We're not doing this. Our back is up, it's straight, and we're going to bring that leg up and extend it. I like 4 more, okay? It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Waking up those hips this morning, waking up that body, okay? Let's go with the opposite leg. And I want a total of 8. And again, try to sit up when you do these moves and make those abdominals, wake them up, fire them up, okay? 8 of them. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one right there. Good job. Okay. Now warming those legs up. If you're comfortable, you can either cross that leg at the ankle, okay, or you can bring that leg up and cross it over that thigh. So when you do that, just lift it up, sitting up nice and tall. You can feel that hip immediately is engaged. Lean up and over. Oh, doesn't that feel a little bit sticky, but wonderful at the same time, okay? Bring it up. When I say sticky, you can feel that hip. It's a figure 4, but we're sitting down with the figure 4, giving it an amazing stretch through that hip. Let's do it again. Come on, up and lean over. Oh, when you hold that stretch, it's almost like I say, breathe into it and just, it feels sometimes almost like a little sting, and just breathe and lean into it and challenge yourself to embrace it. It may not feel good at first, but then slowly it's like, oh, this really does feel soothing, okay? Bring it up, okay? Let's change out. Again, if you can only cross at your ankles and lean over, that's fine. But if you can, I want you to pick that leg up, cross it over, and when you do that, sit up nice and tall and lean into that stretch. Lean into that stretch. It's a minor move, but my goodness, a major impact. And I don't care if I do these every day. It doesn't matter. It always gets my attention. Always. Holding it right there. Give me that smile. You know I love a smile. And bring it back. Okay? When I do that, I promise you, it feels like someone turned on an oven. It's like instant heat when you do it. Let's do that again, okay? Oh my goodness, feels so good. Again, a little bit of a stick or a sting, but then it works right through it. And when you hold those stretches, it feels good. Sometimes it's challenging, but always a benefit, okay? Bring it up, put that foot down. Now, we're gonna take an alternate, we're going to bring the leg up, and I want you to, again, sitting up nice and tall, relax those shoulders, don't let those shoulders creep up to the ears, press them down. And we're going to reach up under our thigh, and when we do that, we're simply going to pump it out, okay? Not jarring, but extending it out. So when here, I'm just going to press out, is out. Give me 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You should be able to see the bottom of my shoe. If I had my name written on it, you could read it, because that leg is completely extended out, and you're working that thigh, working that calf, because that heel is flexed, and you're just extending it out, okay? Let's go with the other side. Again, hold it up, flex that heel, give me 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, kick it out, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, okay? That should feel like those legs are warmed up. And I want you to think about this. If you were at a meeting, because you've heard me say this, sitting is the new smoking, but what can you do movement-wise, even if you're in a seated position? And these are moves that you could do, you know, if you're on camera and you're trying to stand up and move. Even if you shut your camera down for 15 seconds, you could do these moves. And some of these moves you can do, and if you're just having your camera up, you can still let that body move, okay? Now, we're gonna go opposite hand, opposite foot. This is so good for you, especially for your abdominals. Relax those shoulders, the arms are up, and what you can do, if this is too much for you, you can go elbow and just twist. So you can just take the elbow and twist it like that. But if you want to raise that level up, you're going to go opposite hand, opposite knee. Opposite foot. That's a foot. Excuse me. Ready? I don't know the body parts. Let's go for a round of 10. Okay, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. How did that feel? Trying to touch your hand to your foot. And if you can't touch your hand to your foot, it's okay if you can touch your hand to your knee. See how we're going to the knee? Making those abdominals work when you do that. It's a twist and an abdominal even in the chair. So it's a slight twist when you do that. So you can bring hand to knee. If you want to raise it up a little bit more, you can go hand to foot. Okay? So let's do a couple more sets. I know, just for fun, you know. And when I say sets, let me talk about that, because sometimes we'll do something and we may do one set, or we may do multiple sets. I always am an advocate of what can I teach you and what can we do in this session that you can take with you and do multiple times. If you only have 10 minutes at one particular time of the day, I'm like, take advantage of it. Who cares? You can copy 2 or 3 10-minute sessions, and that's 30 minutes. So sometimes I feel like we put a little bit of pressure on ourselves, and it's like, I only have 15 minutes. Plenty of time to do something. Jerri, I only have 5. Who cares? Give me 5 minutes several times a day, because the thing of it is, those little movements, those little blocks of movement add up. You know, I don't want you to get caught up in, oh, I don't have 30 minutes, I don't have an hour. Sometimes our schedules just don't permit that. You may have to do something and you're waiting on someone. Can you take that 5 or 10 minute wait for that person and incorporate these moves? Because your functional movements, the movements that you do every day that help you with your posture, your standing, and your movement, those things help so much. So your balance, your strength, your flexibility, your cardio, all of those things, wrap them up, have little segments, and make it count. Okay? So let's boogie with it. Ready? We're going to go opposite hand, opposite foot. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go with the knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go with the hand. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How did that feel? Doing it quickly like that, changing up from the knee to the elbow and your hands. Those are the kind of movements I want you just to do. You could be sitting down and you can go elbow, like a crunch, elbow to knee, really crunching in that core when you do that, keeping that back, making that abdominal work, okay? Let's do a set of those, almost a little bit more of a twist and a crunch when we do it, okay? Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That should feel good. That should feel warm and invigorating, okay? Now, grab your weights while we're at it. Okay? Let's add some of these weights to this workout, okay? Right here, let's take these arms. Let's not let them sink down. Let's bring them up right here. Give me a smile like we're out on the goalpost. And if you've had any kind of injury to your rotator cuff, I want you to be careful. You don't have to lift this high, but I want you to lift forward and squeeze, okay? So you're going up and forward. If this is your range of motion, that's fine. You know what a challenge is, and you know what a compromise is. And I just want a challenge. I don't want to compromise. I don't want you to risk injury just to do something. Doesn't mean anything. Give me a modified version and do it well, okay? So, arms are up. We're going to go up and forward, and it's your own range of motion. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, don't hold your breath, 2, and 1. Good job. When you do that, and I'm like, don't hold your breath. Keep those abs zipped up. Keep that core engaged, but don't hold your breath like, because sometimes when we pull our abs in or when we engage, we don't want to breathe. But no. We're breathing, okay? Let's do another set. Ready? 10. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. How did that feel? Hope that felt a little invigorating, okay? So now let's take these hands to the outside, and with this, we're gonna do a bicep. And I'm gonna show you what a lot of times people will do because they're thinking about their arm, but they roll their wrist. And we don't wanna roll our wrist. We really want to work our bicep right here in our arm. We don't wanna be rolling this around. We're not working our wrist. We're not working our forearm. We're working the bicep. So when I say take these arms out, I want you to think about coming up with the bicep. You see how I'm making that? My shoulders are relaxed. See how my bicep is doing it? Look at me do that before you try it, just so you make sure, oh, it's her bicep. And I should have on short sleeves today so you can see that big muscle. Ha, ha, ha. No, but you get what I'm saying. But what I don't want you to do is roll your wrist. See how I'm just kind of flicking my wrist? We're not doing the wrist. We're not doing the forearm. We're doing the biceps. So right here, arms are turned out, shoulders are relaxed, abs are in, you're sitting up. Let's do 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. I love it when you understand what body part is moving and why, and that's just body awareness. And a lot of times we don't think about it, we just do it. Or sometimes we feel like we need a mirror. No, if it feels like that, it is. If I say, pull your shoulder up and down, you can imagine what that feels like just by me telling you, and you're not having to look at me or look at a mirror. So when I say, don't roll your wrist, don't do that. Just think about, okay, what does that mean? What does this body part, what should it be doing? What should it feel like, okay? So, body parts, body awareness. Take those arms out again, using the bicep to do it. Let's go with 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Just our bicep when we do that, okay? Just our bicep. Now, I'm going to ask you right here to bring those arms up. And when you do that, don't pull the shoulders up. The arms are up, the shoulders are relaxed, and you're just going to bring it down. So these would be your deltoids, that outer part of that shoulder, what I call like almost like that shoulder head. That's what you're doing. You don't want to bring it up. You don't want to put stress or tension or pinch. You just want to bring the elbows and the arms up to meet it. So here and down. So it's a squeeze and down. When I do this, it's bringing it down. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. When you do that, again, making the arm and the elbow and everything come up and not using your shoulders, not doing this right here, but being intentional with the move, okay? Our deltoids, that round part of that shoulder, okay? So just decide. Can we do another set? I know you're like, why does she always say, can we do another set? Of course we can. Ready? Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Because this is what I want you to understand. Movement can vary from day to day. Some days I feel like, oh my goodness, I can walk 10 miles. And some days I feel like, oh, I'm doing my best to walk 10 minutes. And it's okay to accept wherever I am and embrace the movement for today and enjoy it without it being a punishment. I got a confession. I used to be, and I'm getting better at it, addicted to looking at how many steps I have. And what I find is sometimes if I feel good, I'll do more so I don't hold myself to, well, I did it yesterday. Today, it may be better. It may be how I feel. So incorporating different forms of exercise, you can ride a bike and maybe not get the same amount of steps as you are walking, but you're moving. And that is so important for me and important for us to move our movement. Okay. So let's do one more last exercise with the weights and then we're going to put them down. Okay. Right here, I'm just going to turn my arms out. It's almost like I'm serving something. I'm opening up my chest and taking those down towards the opposite way. So I'm going 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How does that feel? Can we do another set? Because we can. Ready? Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now right here, just place those weights on the floor again. Just put them right by you, but make sure they're out the way. We don't want to fall because I've had my experience with that in the past, okay? So right here, let's take these shoulders up and back. 2 more times. Oh my goodness. Give me 1 more time. Oh. Now I want you to take one hand and drop it out and just take those fingers and press in the opposite direction. Relax those shoulders and press the fingers towards you, giving it a good stretch from your wrist all the way up to your shoulder. Just give it a good stretch. There you go. Take the opposite. Drop that hand, take those fingers and press them towards you, okay? Towards you. A lot of times people ask me, how long should I hold a stretch? And typically, I promise you, just like a snowflake, a fingertip, it will vary from person to person. But I try to do a stretch and hold it not less than 15 seconds. And, I can tell you that has changed. And I really try to do 30 seconds, sometimes a minute. And again, not being impatient, but breathing in and accepting that stretch and embracing it. And it's like your body will melt into it. Okay. Let that go. Okay. Right here, take those shoulders up, drop them, bring them up again, drop them. I want you to inhale from your belly button, blow it up and out. Inhale again, blow it up and out. I absolutely love spending time with you. Something that I should have said before we got started today, because we just had Mother's Day. So for all the mothers, grandmothers, nanas, bonus mamas, aunties like myself, aunts, people who have raised children and never had one, I hope you had an amazing this past Sunday. Again, I don't have any children that I birthed, but goodness, I've got greats. I got it all. So I hope you had a wonderful Sunday. I hope you've enjoyed this session and you moved a little bit and understand, take these pieces and make them work for you, be it you got 5 minutes or an hour. I thank you. So Tawana, come on back.
Well, thank you, Jerri, for reminding us that we can use 5 minutes or we can use 30 minutes to get these workouts in. Folks, we want to thank you for joining us. And remember, you can visit us each Tuesday for Mindful Movement at 10 a.m. each Tuesday. Have a good day. Bye.